place like this street in New York City, if you were unfortunate enough to be the victim of a crime or taken ill unexpectedly, you might think that surrounded by all these people, someone would intervene. After all, isn't there safety in numbers? Psychologists say no. Research suggests that often a victim is less likely to receive assistance when surrounded by a group rather than a single bystander. When people are in a crowd, it's easier to pass the buck. It's what psychologists call the diffusion of responsibility. Liverpool Street Station in London, a busy thoroughfare for commuters. Unknown to these passers-by, Peter is an actor. As part of an experiment on bystander apathy, he's pretending to be ill.
Help! Help!
How long before he gets help?
Please, somebody. Help! Help me, sir. Please help me.
Helping would be inconvenient or even risky. He lies there for more than 20 minutes and no one raises an eyebrow.
Please, somebody help me.
Ruth, another actor, takes Peter's place. How long before she receives help? Four minutes later, and 34 people have passed without stopping.
Well, people don't really want to know. They just haven't got the time. Well, they have got the time, they just don't want to get involved.
Unwittingly, these strangers have silently formed a temporary group with a rule: don't get involved. They're afraid to stand out from the crowd and won't take action if no one else does. This woman has clearly spotted Ruth, but she conforms to the rule and does nothing. Watch what happens, though, when someone else helps.
You alright? You alright?
Yes, thank you.
Sure, you look a bit clicky, you know what I mean?
She suddenly finds herself in a different group with a new rule: to help.
You want to sit up?
She don't look well, does she?
You alright, yeah? Sure.
First I thought she was dead. Then I sort of checked to see if she was breathing or not. And I looked around and I couldn't believe that no one had noticed her because there was a bloke sat there just absorbed in reading a newspaper.
Helping them. But what we have here is two conflicting rules. One is the rule that we ought to help, and the other is the rule that we ought to do what everybody else is doing. And here you have effectively a group of strangers who are exerting the pressure not to intervene, not to help, and it's very difficult to rebel.
You okay? What's the number for an ambulance? What's the number for an ambulance? You know the number for an ambulance? You know the number for an ambulance? The guy looks like he needs some help.
This time, Peter's dressed as a respectable gentleman. Now that his dress is in keeping with those around him, how long before he's rescued?
Hello, sir. How are you today?
I'm alright.
6 seconds. She even calls him sir, and suddenly everyone's a good Samaritan.
Do you suffer from epilepsy?
No.
Why you're lying on the floor in the rain?
Because he's part of the right group, everyone wants to help.
I would just hate to be in his position of feeling ill and nobody helping and walking past, so I'd just like to check that he was okay.
And I thought, well, it's wet, so he must really be ill because he's going to ruin his suit anyway.
It's something all parents back home worry about. But fortunately, in this scenario, these victims are just actors.
How y'all doing, man?
It's that all too familiar bar scene. Drunk girls and aggressive guys.
Hey, let's all make drunk decisions and...
You're about to see something that's never happened to us before.
You ain't gonna leave us. I'm gonna take real good care of you tonight. Come to the camper, everybody. Hey.
You want us to come to your camper?
Yeah. I cook breakfast in the morning.
But wait a minute.
Hey, check it. Check it.
Oh, he's touching her now.
Oh, he's touching her. He's touching her. Oh.
This guy isn't our actor. This is.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Kennedy, and I'm playing the Spring Break Creeper. My character is hitting on an extremely drunk girl and trying to take her back to my hotel.
I'm gonna take real good care of you tonight.
But before we even get started, this guy moves in on our actress. And he seems to know our lines all too well.
You are a sexy girl.
I love your toes. Hey.
I got this place. Not too far from here.
We got a badass home.
Even getting uncomfortably close.
Hey, go tell these sisters.
You could say something like, "Are you with them?" Like.
Okay.
So we try to send our actor into the middle of this scene.
Hey, I'll tell you what, you guys are the prettiest spring breakers I've ever seen.
Because you're butting into our parade.
And we tell him to act just as relentless.
What's your guys' name?
But it only makes this guy all the more determined.
Hey,
Yeah.
can we get your number or no? Why not?
My number.
It's either yes or no. See you later.
We tell the girls to leave with Jeff, our actor.
Want to get out of here then? Let's go back to my hotel.
And listen to what Jory Russell says next.
Hey, seriously, girls, y'all be careful, man. Y'all don't know this guy.
Ironically, he gives them a warning about leaving with a stranger.
Be careful. Y'all be careful, please.
But remember, 5 minutes before,
Come to the camper, everybody. Hey, I cook breakfast in the morning.
now we haven't been able to run our scenario without another man hitting on our actresses.
Yeah.
2 more shots, and then we'll go home.
So we're starting to wonder, will anyone come to our drunk girl's defense?
My friend, she's supposed to come back.
This woman seems to pick up on our actor's game almost immediately.
I bet I know your friend. Yeah, she told me to take care of you.
You're an ass.
What?
You're an ass.
I'm an ass.
But just as quickly, she then backpedals.
I'm just being friendly. What do you mean?
I'm just giving you a hard time, man. No worries.
Right, we're friendly, right? Huh? We can touch each other?
But it's clear she's still concerned.
Huh?
She calls over the bartender, who's also one of our actors.
This guy just won't leave her alone, and it's kind of irritating me. She must stop touching her.
What should I do?
I don't know.
And when Jeff tries to leave with Gigi in
I
tow,
want to stay.
Yeah, we'll go. Come on.
she can't sit still.
Hey, babe, you want to sit at my table?
No, she's fine.
I have to find my friend.
Dude, just leave her alone, man.
What do you mean? She
doesn't want to go with you.
No, she does. It's fine.
Oh, get your hands off of her, dude. I'm going to help her find her friend, okay?
No, I'll take...
It's good.
I can totally help her.
I got it, dude. Get your hands off of her.
No,
Don't get me pissed off. Don't get me pissed off.
You're in tears. What are you thinking? I'm sorry.
That pisses me off when I see that stuff. If a girl's uncomfortable, she's uncomfortable, and I'm going to do something about it.
Just like for this next group of girls. But she gets a little more confrontational.
I think she's fine. She's all right.
You know what? You can go yourself.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
She's fine.
No, do not touch her.
And ultimately gets in a literal tug of war.
No, seriously, let her go.
What's the problem here?
Come sit down and eat with us. Thank you, guys. I'm not gonna have some girl rape right in front of me.
Is there something in human nature that can keep us from helping?
I can remember when I first heard about the study, Psych 1. I was like, wow, that is ridiculous. How can someone see something happening that they know is wrong, that they know the person standing next to them knows wrong, but not take an action? It's sickening to know that I took part in it, that I could have just been the one that stood up.
What it's hard for us to realize is the power that situations have over us that cause us to act in certain ways. It was not the case that they had been horrible moral failures. It's the case that they're like the rest of us, caught up in situations, influenced by the situations, reacting.